So I've been testing War Rocks, Konami's newest TCG exclusive archetype, debuting in Blazing Vortex. I've amassed a near 12-hour playtime with these Damage Step Doomkoffs, and I have conducted the most accurate and scientific in-depth analysis to ever be done on cardboard that does not even exist yet. These troglodytes are stuck in the Stone Age. Their deck has no gas, and does not have so much of a spark to start much of anything. To demonstrate, let me show you how abysmal the War Rock mirror match is. I hate it. When one first sees the War Rock cards, the first thought that often comes to mind is something like, hey, isn't that rock thing from the Jumanji movies? And the answer to this question is, of course, yes. My inside sources at Konami HQ have informed me that the archetype was in fact based on the Jumanji reboot films, as evidenced by War Rock Karen Gillian, War Rock Jack Black, and of course, War Rock Danny DeVito.
I'm the trash man. I start eating garbage.
The archetype name is even in reference to Dwayne the War Rock Johnson, which is a monster card missing from the initial set, which we can expect to see in the Lightning Overdrive support. War Rocks live and die by the battle phase. However, they mostly die. Fortia searches and Orpus sends after damage calc, while Bacillos and the weirdly normally named Skylar can activate as soon as the monsters battle, being a direct attacker and reborn respectively. Why these effects are divided up this way, I don't know. Bastillo summons itself from the hand of graveyard after an Earth Warrior monster is destroyed by battle, though its 27 attack body is a bit lacking on summon. Gactos is a decent level 4 extender for the archetype, and floats when it's sent to grave by an opponent's card effect. Since the deck is monotype and mono attribute, it works well with floodgates like Rivalry and Gozen, relying on floodgates to really build any kind of board presence going first, as almost all the main deck cards need the battle phase to function. At the very least, thanks to Gactos being generic, if you open full combo, you can establish such boards like Laguska Pass, Maturia Beast Pass, Abyss Dweller Pass, even Gandiva Pass. I've played this deck for far too many hours, and the vast majority of those games were excruciatingly boring, and I just wanted it to end. While the occasional fun was had, which gives me a glimmer of hope, the deck is indisputably bad in its current form. Jumanji the Next Level is a 6.7 on IMDb, and that honestly might be too much for this deck. To illustrate this, we'll be taking a look at some games I've done. So here we are going second against Adamancipator. Now, a couple formats ago, this would be a very bad situation. However, since the ban of Black Dragon, I think we're in a fine place, and we're going to figure out what's the best rock deck in the format. They're going to go ahead and lead with a Dragite followed up by a Researcher and a Seeker. Seeker's going to find off the top a Kawaki Marrow Supplier and a Doki Doki. They're going to summon Supplier for deck and search for a Guardian. Researcher now activates. They're going to excavate 5 from the top. And they find nothing, they whiff. That's great for us. They're going to go into a Wrap type now. Me and my Infinite Wisdom, however, forgets that Researcher's a tuner, so I drop the Imperm to try to end it. Researcher, however, is a tuner and Hawk is still in format, so they're going to go ahead and summon Plague Spreader from hand, go into a Dragite, and pass it back to me. We're going to go ahead and summon the Prank, pop it off a little bit early to get rid of the Dragite, so we can go ahead and activate War Rock Mountain. They chain health to Mountain activation, summoning TG Wonder Magician, which will pop our Mountain so we don't get the summon effect while we have to search, so we can summon Fortia, go to battle, or activate a Rival's Tribute over the Fortia to get Skylar. Skylar's going to bring back the Fortia, which gets us our search. While we have Bastillos in hand now, they get a draw from Magician, which is less than ideal. With nothing left to do, we're going to pass it back to them. And now we're going to do what War Rock does best, which is sit and wait for the battle phase. They go ahead and summon Guardian, bring back the Plague Spreader, summon a Leonite. Leonite's going to find at the top. Really, anything's going to be bad for us here. A Adamancipator Signs, which they add to their hand. Finds is going to go ahead and bring back this Dragite. Stacking a Doki Doki on top of the deck. Dragite's going to fire, find more than one rock, of course. which means our board has been cleared. They're going to get in for some damage passed back to us. It's our turn, we draw Warrock Mountain, but we can't play it due to the Dragite on the field, so we're going to go ahead and crash Fortia. They're going to imperm the Fortia so we don't get the Surge, but when Fortia dies, it still sees it come down. We're going to get over the Dragite. Activate Warrock Mountain, they Ash it, which means their Leonite is on, and they bring back the Dragite, locking us out of Spell and Trap cards. And Bastillos just isn't large enough to get over even Dragite. They're going to activate Dragite, find it at the top. Rock, so our Bastillos goes back to hand. However, one of these fields gets banished instead, so we lose. So here we are with our next game. We're up against Striker Mechanic Warriors. We're going to see what the deck can do going first. And so we're going to set 2 and summon 40 at pass. They're going to engage, but luckily there's no spell traps in the grave, so they don't get the extra draw. When they summon 2 monsters, we're going to activate Rivalry. They're going to get them off the board, go into a Kagari. Kagari is going to add back this engage for next turn, or Legacy is going to bring out this Girsu. Girsu is going to get them another spell into the graveyard. Morningstar is going to add them another Succession. In battle phase, we're going to summon the Orpheus from hand. Fortia and Orpheus are going to trigger after damage step to send Bastillos and add a Skylar. Bastillos is going to summon itself from the graveyard, and we're going to have to 200 extra attack points until the end phase. And those 200 points really put in work. Rhoda is a great top deck. We're going to get this 1,000 Blazes to the grip. We're going to use Ice Dragons to steal their array. Overlay for Utopia. Go to battle. Get the Skylar from hand. On attack declaration, we change Bastillos and Skylar to get back the Fortia. The Orpheus will get over the Neck Knight. While it does get negated, the Fortis can search as a Gactos for later. We will attack in with our Bastillos, negate the attack, activate double or nothing, and we won. That's not supposed to happen. War Rocks are fine, honestly, for what they are at least. While they're a battle-themed deck that can't out high-attack monsters or OTK, they work well enough with each other to facilitate the summoning of good cards. The best Warrock card is BLS Link, by the way. The deck's not good, but they have some cool interactions, and Utopia Double still wins games against the unprepared. I would not recommend playing the deck, but beating friends with Warrocks is a special feeling that can be found few other places in Yu-Gi-Oh! Depending on how the future support shapes up for the deck, I could see them even being possibly, dare I say it, fun. Anyway, deck bad. Who designed this? Goat decks are better. Unga bunga. Laugh at cave deck.